Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope that everyone can hear me clearly. So we're just about to start our sixth annual eTeachers Roundtable seminar for 2024. My name's Dr. Timothy Taylor, and I'm the supervisor of the eTeachers project and associate head of the Department of English Language Education here at EduHK. So with us today are a number of good colleagues and teachers and friends, and we also have participants from primary sector, secondary, tertiary in Hong Kong, and quite a number of visitors also from overseas, especially some of our friends in Java, Indonesia. So everyone is welcome. Thank you for coming. So for today's roundtable, our topic is digital storytelling and AI in the classroom. We've chosen these two topics as especially important to the emerging technologies in English teaching. And for those of you who are attending your first eTeachers event, just a very brief introduction about us. Our project is dedicated to teacher-driven professional development and experience sharing. And it really emerged organically from the PDP courses that we offer here at the Education University when year after year, course after course, our teachers tell us that among the most helpful parts of the classes are experience sharing with colleagues like themselves, but who are teaching in different schools, different contexts, and have tried out many different things. So we all know that innovation and educational reform happens in a lot of different ways through policy, through leadership, but also through experience and consensus building among frontline teachers themselves. So that's the niche that we hope to fill, is to make very rich experience sharing accessible to everyone. So to do that, we have these roundtables and seminars and training events, and also this platform, eTeachers Online. So the landing page is shown here on the right-hand side. If you haven't already, please visit eteachers.online. And if you scroll down and find the Join Now button, that will just put you on our mailing list so that you won't miss any of the future events like this one today. So this is the sixth annual roundtable, but it's actually the seventh year we're doing this. So in the first 2 years, we had a face-to-face roundtable in 2018 and 19. Many colleagues said that they enjoyed the face-to-face interaction, but others said that traveling to Taipo is not particularly convenient. So in the survey today, we're going to ask you for your preference. So please do remember to give us some feedback at the end of the roundtable today. Well, then we had to shift to online out of necessity, as you all know, in 2020, 2021, and 2022. We had a lot of rich experience sharing about teachers' experiences of going online and using a wide variety of apps and approaches to teaching students online or in the blended approach. Last year, eTeachers was focused on the public launch of Learning English with Little Leaf. That's a different topic, but a very comprehensive platform which includes videos and ebooks. One of our topics today is digital storytelling. So there's a lot of ebooks associated with this platform. So you're also very welcome to explore that at littleleaf.hk. This is particularly rich and interactive platform and set of resources that primary students enjoy. Another quick update from eTeachers is that we continue to develop our platform in response to what teachers tell us is working for them, what the best resources are. We understand that even as we update it, things are changing very quickly. So to date, we don't have any AI tools training, but that's one of the reasons we've invited Lucas and Fiona, for example, today to bring us up to speed on what teachers can do or what they're doing. But in the meantime, there's a lot of other good apps that English teachers are using, and we do have this this training course available. It's a modular approach, so teachers can take just the sections or topics that they need for their own teaching and get professional development credit for that. There's no need to take every section of every topic. So please have a look at that under the e-training section of eTeachers Online. But today's topics, as I mentioned, are focused on digital storytelling. So we've been doing quite a lot with this at the Department of English Language Education here at EDU, and also with eTeachers. So we have a couple of snapshots of our colleagues and friends in Indonesia who are trying out digital storytelling in secondary schools. And today, Dennis will talk to you about a project he has done in primary schools. So we hope to cover the whole range there. Also, a little snapshot of Little Leaf, which, as I mentioned, integrates a number of really good ebooks into the platform there. The other topic, no surprise, is what everyone is talking about, and that's AI. So this has been a very disruptive technology, and like a lot of ed tech before, when computers were introduced to the classroom and when the internet was introduced to the classroom, when YouTube was new, it takes us some time to figure out how all of this is going to work. So of course we respond to policy and directives, but we also have to get in there and try it out for ourselves. And see what works and learn from our colleagues and friends in the profession about what they do and how they're doing it, what works, what doesn't work. There's a whole host of issues and considerations around all of these generative AI tools. So as I said, at eTeachers, we're a kind of organic project. So we just dive in and start exploring around, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and talking about it so we can learn from each other. So that's our approach today. And our rundown for this morning's roundtable, very straightforward, is we started at 9:30. In a couple of minutes, I'll introduce Dennis, who will talk about digital storytelling from his project experience. He's also invited a couple of his students who will also join us. And at 10:10, we'll have a brief sharing from Fiona, a frontline teacher who has a lot of experience as an e-teacher trying things out in the manner I just described, of seeing what works and actively sharing with her colleagues at her school and other schools. At 10:30, we will have another brief sharing by Ben Morehouse, and his is a very focused exploration of how AI can release a bit of teachers' time to try out some alternative pedagogy, which might not have been as easy or accessible in the past. So that's a very interesting sharing. At 10:50, because we have a 2.5-hour roundtable, we want to give you a short break. So we'll take a 10 minutes break from 10:50 to 11. And then my colleague Lucas will have a half an hour sharing, and he is going to be talking about micro-learning activities that can use generative AI tools. And micro-learning is another way that teachers can cope with a very intense and busy schedule. Instead of trying to reform the whole curriculum, you can introduce very seminal, rich, and productive interactive activities in very short time frames. So he'll talk about microlearning. He's actually literally written the book on that and show us how to integrate some AI tools into that. Okay, very quickly, just some housekeeping points. At the end of the 4 sharing sessions, we'll have the roundtable at 11:30. So please type your questions in the chat. If you don't have time for questions at the end of the presenters' talks, don't worry. We have time at the end of the roundtable specifically dedicated to asking all of the speakers your questions. So please get those ready and join us for that discussion 11:30 to 12. For those who would like the certificate of participation, make sure that you stay till the end and fill out the survey at 12 o'clock. And as I already mentioned, please click the Join Us button at the eTeachers site if you would like to be notified of future events. And I've already mentioned the survey.